Welcome to Coffee Date with Spirit. Grab your favorite mug and get cozy while your hosts, Kristen Forno and Amy Potter, two maybe not so ordinary mystics, chat about the extraordinary magic that can happen when you invite spirit into your life. All right.
Okay.
Good morning, Kristen.
Good morning, Amy.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Excited to be here. It's been a long time since we recorded an episode, so I'm excited to be back at this.
it is exciting. I saw our post come up from our first episode last year, the end of October, and I was like, wow, it's been a year.
Nutty. It's nutty. And it's been what, easily 4 months since we've recorded,
Yeah,
I'd say.
almost
Yeah.
five, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been a while. Summer's off,
yeah.
get a little crazy. I think that worked out well. We've
Yeah.
been so sporadic in between, so
Yes. So maybe we start by pulling a card and just let it
go from
let
there.
it go from there.
Yes.
Yeah, because we've both been up to some stuff this summer too, so we should catch up on that too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So I'm just breathing into my heart. And with my breath, I'm just inviting in all of our guidance and asking the cards, what do we need to know right now? How do we want to frame our time together today?
Yes.
Ooh, interesting. Picked the
Ooh.
disruption card, and we have been disrupted in our recording, and we're coming back into this, but this is really interesting. And then the bottom card is the mystery.
Oh, wow. I love
Yeah.
that. Great. That card's great. I don't think we've ever picked up disruption as a,
I don't think so either, but I know that we've picked similar cards. You just picked one for Daily Ground, right? That was like a disruption kind of card.
yes.
So
Yes.
it's interesting, like these cards juxtaposed the mystery and disruption. It's like trusting the mystery during times of disruption.
Hmm. I mean, when I think about disruption at a macro level, it's like everywhere,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
everywhere.
So I'll just read what this is, the Wisdom of Avalon deck by Colette Baron Reed. So she says this about the disruption card. This marker warns of a shaky foundation placed on a fault line. At best, this reminds you that shakeups are necessary when you need a wake-up call. It's a warning for you to be diligent and alert when making decisions. This can also portend to a toppling of plans or ideas, or a total destruction of something hard won, worked for, or desired. Be reminded that the way of God, Goddess is one of mystery and chaos. And it's so interesting that we picked the mystery
Mhm.
card, or it was on the bottom of the deck. And chaos is the ultimate cleanser. Disruption brings delays and upsets that have a hidden gift of opportunity within them. This is the time to rethink, rebuild, and refortify that which was previously unstable, or it allows you to begin anew. Without this gift, you wouldn't be adequately supported later on when you'll need it most. The greater message reminds you that in life, all people, places, concepts, and things are but fleeting on the path to wholeness. Only spirit is stable and eternal. Such is the wisdom of Avalon.
Wow.
Yeah, sitting.
What number card is that in the
So it's
in that
39.
39? Okay.
Yeah, and then the mystery is, I think the last card in the deck is 52. This deck is so beloved that my book is falling apart. So the mystery, this marker directs you into the unknown, unknowable mystery of your journey. It's the sacred place where all things are created but not yet formed. It points the way to pure power and potential, which meets the magic of intention. It tells you that the magical, unknowable forces of destiny and fate are working in your life. The forces that you can never fully understand or control are indeed weaving their magic around you to help you fulfill your true purpose. There is, however, a warning to be humble here. The mystery reveals itself only when it chooses and not when or how you demand. The cosmic laws operate here outside of time and space, outside of human influence and intellect. Only hindsight will reveal their patterns. Only trust and the deepest faith can be your allies when the mystery appears as a sacred journey marker on your path. Sometimes it may seem as if you're going backward, but truly, if you look at a spiral, it goes up, back, and around, reaching upward, although it may seem for a time that you are not. You are indeed progressing. Trust the mystery and keep going. For now, trust that the thread of your life is woven into the pattern of the mystery with beauty, grace, strength, and purpose. This marker is an auspicious and profound omen that shows you that you are on the correct path.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah. I'm a little usually I start to get guidance and nudges when I'm reading. I'm like, "Oh, this is like I get a pull in some direction." And these have me like a little contemplative without much to say about them. What do you think?
Well, a couple things came to mind for me. One is it felt like the Tower card,
Yeah, it does for
right?
sure.
Like toppling, chaos,
Yeah.
like not a solid foundation. Like this has to fall apart to be rebuilt. That's the
Yeah.
way I think about the Tower card. And because this is our first episode back, we're here to talk. It's like, I always feel like the cards can be personal and then extrapolated.
That collective. Yeah.
Whatever we're experiencing, the collective's experiencing, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And obviously, when I look outside of myself, it's like, can everything just please finish breaking?
Yeah.
Because I'm just ready to see what comes next, you know?
Yeah.
And then I think about us and the podcast and what we're doing. And we've had a journey of restarting. We've
Yeah.
we've talked about when to restart, what we're going to be talking about, how we're going to do it. We've gotten together a couple times. Uh,
Even recorded an episode.
we recorded an episode, and we can talk about some of like what has happened for each of us during this downtime. But I do feel like there is something that is changing or meant to be changed,
Yeah.
and we haven't landed on what that is yet.
Yeah.
We don't
That
know.
was-
And that's part of this mystery, which is trust the unknown. We're in the unknowable,
Yeah.
where it's still going to work out. We're still being led somewhere. We just don't have any freaking clue
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I think that is the beauty of feeling spirit led, which is and the challenge, the biggest
Yeah.
challenge, which is you have to believe that there's something on the other side when you have no idea what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Ultimate surrender and ultimate trust,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And for sure, this has been a journey for both of us on
Yeah.
that. I think those things where people can participate are a lot of fun. And is it something people want is to be connected with us in more creative ways? Or do they just like to listen to us shoot the shit?
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually something that maybe we don't need to know, but it was one of the questions that I was asking myself and wanted to ask you is like, what do you want out of the podcast? What is your hope? Or how do you want to engage with this space this season?
It I've been thinking about it because I feel like last year was a great way to explore what each of us is interested in and what we're connected with and our histories and our traditions of learning, like how our spiritual journeys came about, our growth journeys. And I don't think we touched on everything by any means. However, we touched on a lot that felt really expansive and felt worth sharing and where we had connective tissue.
Yeah. And we had some of our teachers on too, our teachers and mentors, which was really fun.
Those are really amazing sessions, and I would love to bring more people on.
Yeah, I'm feeling that impulse too. So, and it's amazing to me that we're getting random inquiries to be a guest
I
on our podcast, which
know.
is really cool.
Not even random inquiries from the person who wants to be on, but from their agents, you
Yeah.
know. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, what is this?
These were like showing up on some Google search, you know? So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think doing some of that would be fun. So figuring out what people want to hear about, what they're interested in is good. Maybe some people are interested and are practicing or involved in some of these things and didn't know there's, complementary work to be done.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and both for you and I in human design, there's a bit of the teacher guide, between the two of us, which is helping people open to more.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so getting some collective input. And then, I mean, some of the things I'm interested in, I'm very interested in Reiki right now. It keeps coming up, keeps coming up. And I really want you to train me in Reiki. I just
I
want to like
definitely want
do
to
it.
do that.
I
I
just
am
want to do it, you know?
I've been, yeah, being called to teach a lot more. I started over the summer, and it's interesting because it was born out of me being on a podcast called Horse Geeks. And she asked me a question because I was talking about mirroring energy in horses, how they're mirrors for our own energy. And she asked me, can't horses be sovereign in their own energy? And I was like, oh, so I was like, yes, they can. And so I launched a Reiki, an equine Reiki mentorship program this summer. And it's a one-on-one Reiki mentorship, but I'm attuning the human and the horse to Reiki, which is in a total experimental place. But so far, my student is mind blowing in the way she thinks about the world. And she's so thoughtful and is just like a sponge. And it's just been the coolest thing. So, Reiki, I practice it every day, but as far as teaching it, it's definitely been calling me. And the first class that I taught, I think last year, solo class, I was like, yeah, this is my way of activism. Like I've been really thinking about what does activism look like for me? And like I can go to protests and I can do all of these things, but what feels like what would affect the most change? And I think helping people live in their authenticity and their light and their compassion. I was like, that feels like a very powerful, powerful tool right now.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
it.
So yes, I have to, yeah, I would like to do, I know you said that you weren't that, you were wondering if it would really work, but I've been really curious about trying to teach Reiki via Zoom remotely.
I'll try it with
Um,
you for sure. I'm
yeah,
ready.
it would
I've
be a
been
good
listening to a
experiment.
book about it recently. I have been thinking a lot about, ascended masters and this energy that they're bringing through to people, and was just wondering how it all works together and if it is all the same thing. And like, I'm just really fascinated by it. And I just feel ready. I just
Yeah,
feel ready to have the attunement and be like, yeah, I
yeah,
know exactly how to be carrying this through right now. And I want to do that for people too. I want to be able, I was just saying last night to a friend, like, I want to be able to stand in front of someone and have them feel my energy as healing. I really want that. So that
yeah.
is,
I think you already have that, but certainly I mean, and I think thinking about Reiki for me, it is, and I've been working on my website relaunch, and it is it's almost like cleansing the body from the inside out, right? And so it is a journey that, like, while you might be sharing this energy with
yeah,
people, like it's really about cultivating it within first.
yeah.
And so that, yeah, I mean, it's so interesting. People, like I had a client I hadn't seen in quite a while, and she came in person a few days ago, and she was like, there's something just so youthful about you. these
Yeah.
days or right now. And somebody like stopped me on the street. I was walking the dogs like a month ago, and she's like, and I mean, I looked like a train wreck. Like, I think I was just out of bed. I threw on my overalls, and she's like, God, you just look great. And like, I think she was coming from that place of, there's something that people recognize, and I'm certainly don't radiate healing and health all of the time, but there's something
I
that
think
Reiki
you
does.
do. I think you do.
Oh,
I mean,
thank
I've never seen you in a spot where I haven't thought that
you. Oh,
ever, you know?
well, I have my moments. But yeah, no, there is something that it is a journey of the self first and foremost.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah. I'm interested. I'm ready. I'm not
yeah.
interested. Now I'm ready.
Yeah. Well, let's do it.
I'm ready.
I've actually been thinking about this because I've studied with, I think, five Reiki masters now, and they all, have their own approach. A lot of people are teaching Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 in the same weekend, which I think is useful and helpful, and I like it. But as I'm working on my website, I was like, I want to do Reiki mentorships because people can really like deepen their understanding and feel held. And like my students, I have two different Facebook threads that they ask questions, and like I'm constantly there to support. But like
Mhm.
I think it would be great with those two Reiki classes that if we'd gotten together for 3 months, like once a month for 3 months or 4 months after, that like you could cultivate your Reiki practice in a deeper way.
Yeah.
So that's the
I
way I'm gonna
agree. I
offer it.
mean, I think that's great because that I it's not like I just want to collect the experience and put it on
Yeah.
my list
Yeah.
of modalities. It's like I want to learn how to integrate it. I
Yeah.
want an integrative experience.
Yeah.
How does it work? And for me to be able to come back to a teacher and say, well, this is what I've been doing,
Yeah.
this is what I've been thinking, and is this a great should I go down this
Yeah.
or should I not? Or, I
Yeah.
definitely love the mentorship idea. I think that's
I
fantastic.
think it makes sense. And so I had one of my students texted me. She said, "Yeah, I've been doing self Reiki, which is great. She's a yogi and a yogi teacher and a yoga teacher, and so she's like integrated Reiki pretty quickly into her practice. And I just love that she's doing this self practice daily. And she's like, yeah, I noticed that my stomach would start to growl. I think she was practicing on her husband too. And she's like, yeah, and it happened. I was like, yes, like that's the activation of your parasympathetic nervous system. You're going into rest and digest. So, like, this at the foundation of Reiki is to get yourself in a place where your body's healing itself. So, yes, is it more than that? And is this like beautiful life force energy like supporting that, and I think healing the body and assisting in the body's own ability to self-heal. But I was like, yes. And so it's just stuff like that, that if you don't have this ongoing conversation, then you wouldn't know. And I don't know that for years I would tell my clients because I would hear their stomach start to growl and they'd be like, why is my stomach growling? I was like, oh, it's common, it happens in all my clients. And I would just tell them it was normal. And it was only until I started studying the nervous system and the horses. Like I did a couple workshops with this amazing trainer, and she works on her foundation is the nervous system and regulating the nervous system in horses. And she was like, yeah, we get them in rest and digest mode. And I was like, duh, like so it's just like stuff like that that,
Right,
um,
right.
I mean, years, like I think it was 2 years ago that I did that Charlotte Cannon equine clinic, and I was like, "Oh, so this is what's happening." And I've been a Reiki master for 8 or 9 years, so,
Yeah.
like, just 2 years ago, so it's, like, stuff like that that
The learning
you're like
journey,
mhm,
it's like expansive. How can
yeah,
you can't possibly just take it in as one thing and be like, I got it,
yeah,
It's like universal life force energy. I mean, that's such a big
yeah,
concept anyway.
I know,
I definitely feel ready for it. I feel like I have a good handle on energy in my own world. You've
yeah,
witnessed my opening and
yeah,
how I am using all that. And I went through my yogi training
yeah,
and I just haven't, I don't want to teach at
yeah,
all. Like,
yeah,
that's not my thing. But I have gone through many different modalities.
Yeah.
And this is really something that feels so aligned with what I'm doing
Yeah.
right now and where I'm headed, and feels beautiful and like cosmic. Just
Well,
I
the word aligned, I was going to say
align.
it
Yeah.
is when I talk about like why Reiki and how it's helped me grow, it is like installed this internal radar
Yeah.
for choosing things that are support. I was like, is it supporting the expansion of my energy or is
Yeah.
it depleting or stagnating my energy, you know?
Yes.
And so now it's become very, very, and it's been a process to get to this point, but it becomes very uncomfortable to choose things that are out of alignment.
I
And
love
I
it.
think Reiki gives you that gift when you feel the energy flowing through your body and choosing things that are expansive. And then when you and of course, is there stuff in every day in our lives that we have to do that does not expand our energy?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Of
Sure.
course.
But like the big decisions, like, does this expand me or does it retract? And like installed this in me. And then it becomes really hard to choose the thing that isn't in support. So the amazing thing about it is that it grows. It's not like, oh yeah, like I'm a Reiki master. Like the more you practice, just like yoga, the deeper it gets and the more you teach. And I think that I even told my client, I was like, yeah, I've been teaching a lot of Reiki. And so like the energy that's coming through when you're teaching, like it's like 16 hours in a weekend where you're like,
Lot. Yes. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then I think we talked about this, but and I don't know, the relationship between like embracing your intuition and the Reiki path. When I was teaching my last class as an empath, like I get in my body, I read in my body what's going on in my clients' bodies. So as I was teaching and I had two people in my last class and I love this like small Reiki class. Like it's just and that's why this pull to really have small classes and do mentorships just feels good. But when they were working on each other, I could not only feel the energy that the person was channeling, like the Reiki, and the way they were channeling it, but I could also feel how it was being received in the other person's body. Like, and it was like
Wild.
sort of
That
mind-blowing.
is
And
wild.
I'm like,
I love that.
wow. And just like the nuance of being able to also like let your intuition support how to get the energy to flow more clearly and powerfully. And like one of my students, there was such a connection with the sacral chakra for him and channeling Reiki for some reason. I was like, yeah, I just want you to like really get in touch with like the emotional body and with the like water and this flow. And like all of a sudden it was just like, whoa. And like he kind of checked out of his mind a little bit more
Yes.
and all of a sudden like and it was just
I love that.
it's been really cool and I never thought I would enjoy teaching as much as I do teaching Reiki
I
because
feel like you're a born teacher. Like there's something about you that is
I don't like teaching. I
it's interesting.
Yeah, it's but again, like I think that the reason why I don't like teaching is because I feel like I need to be a master at something in order to teach it.
Right.
And so much of the things that I am good at, I also don't know how to teach either. Like I'm like, you just do it. Like I just make things.
It's
Like,
a that's the journey of being the teacher, right? Is
yeah.
how can you get it through to people, and I'm very receptive to your teachings, like I don't know, like what the way you share has opened me up to a lot of things. So I just feel ready, and I feel like I'm ready to learn from you.
Excited. I'm excited. My friend Carolyn actually wanted to do Reiki training with me. She wanted to try to do it in person, but I think she might be a willing guinea pig for the online training. And the resources would be more like I would lead a self practice. So there's a practice that I do that, we start by covering our eyes, and then so like those would be the resources, would be kind of a guided, either guided meditations or guided self practices, or
Yeah.
me doing Reiki, like holding space and doing Reiki so you can feel it and receive it
Yeah.
and stay kind of, they're like little tune-ups in between for my clients too that come see me or do sessions with me. It's sort of
Yeah.
like a tune-up. But I
Yes.
also want to hear, because you also have been doing some cool things this summer, and I want to hear about those too.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean the number one thing. So, well, thank you. And I do want to follow up on that. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
make sure we do because I'm ready for sure. Timing.
Let me talk to Carolyn, because like it may be, yeah, because we could just do kind of a trial run of it, and then we could always follow up with an in-person like someday. But I,
Yeah.
based on the our ability to hold and connect to spirit in our podcast, like when we, I mean, there's no question that you will receive the attunement and be able to feel it, and I mean, even I think it was like the star goddess meditation that we did, that you're like, yeah, I've never been able to travel like that. There's no, I mean, Reiki travels over space and time. Like it doesn't know, and no bound, it doesn't know any bounds. So like, I have a feeling that it will be very powerful for you. And it doesn't really matter if we have somebody else in the room either. Like we could schedule like a Reiki practice session with some of my existing students too. And we could all get on Zoom and just play
That's
basically.
cool.
Yeah. So I
Very
think
cool.
there's ways that, yeah, like it can be experimental too. You're like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I'm totally open to being
okay,
experimental. I think that's fun.
yeah,
I
okay.
like being part of experimental things.
We're gonna do okay.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Well, my big focus during our break,
Hiatus.
our hiatus, our summer break, our summer hiatus, I had a download come to me on a project I've been working on forever called The Daily Ground.
So cool.
A project that I had attempted to put forth in a different format multiple times with multiple people joining, asking me to, like me asking them to join, including you and Jamie, my friend Jamie. I had this idea that I was going to host a community where people would come in and we would ground daily, and there would be kind of themes for the week and the month and the quarter. And I had this framework built out, and I've had the framework forever, for years, years and years. And I've just been refining. And every time I tried to launch this project, there was just no energy behind it. And in now learning human design over the last 3 years, and my how I work, how I'm put together, and the things that I'm bringing forth into the world, I know that in the past I've been able to push and make things happen,
Mhm.
and rarely do those things I push to make happen ever turn out to be successful or the best they could be. Certainly getting things across the line with a little bit of willpower and force has been a
Yeah.
positive thing in my life. But where I have the most success is finding flow, feeling the flow, and like we're
Mhm.
talking about, Reiki, and when you feel this energy come in and it carries you forward and you can move.
Yeah.
So something happened for me that really opened that resistance I was having around this project for
Yeah.
some reason and somehow. And some of this work, I was even checking in on this weekend. I'm doing a community sourced program by my friend Barbie, and she ran it. It wasn't, I think it was 2 years ago, not last year, but I have to go look at the dates. But we're doing it again, and we're at this section, we're watching this video that we recorded from the last session, and I was talking about my sacral being, me having resistance in general, and my sacral energy was just like flat out gone, like nothing. I couldn't get anything moving forward or done. I felt like the description I used was I was caving in on myself,
Yeah.
like just absolute constriction, not expanding, absolute contraction.
Yeah.
And that was the energy I was trying to launch that project with for so many years, was something that was just contracting. And I recognized that it was like, oh, well, it's okay if the project doesn't want to be launched in that way. Like if it doesn't want to come into form the way I've created it, either it's not the time or it's the structure or it's the way, whatever. So one day this summer, I just like had a really freeing thought about it, which was, what if I just give up the idea that there has to be some sort of big structure? And what if I just turn this into a journal with one prompt a day? And
Yep.
I create 4 in a series,
Mhm.
the mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual dimension journals, one prompt a day. It would go across a year, or there would just be 365 prompts, and you could do them however long it took. And why don't I just launch that? And then with that idea, I went online into Canva and I built a template and I got my spreadsheet with all my prompts and I integrate and I printed it and I got it that weekend. I kept saying to myself,
It's so great.
I kept saying like, keep going. Like you want, this is cool. Keep going. This is really, I love this. Keep going. I think this is fun. Keep going. I just had to keep myself like, what was the next idea I had? Well, find an online print on demand company. I found it. Okay, then keep going. Oh, make a copy for myself. Ship it to
Okay.
myself. I like it. Keep going. See if some people want to try it. Keep going. It's just like
Yeah.
this path was there. And I had to just check in with myself, and I did it, and I published it. I got it. It has a
So
Library of Congress number. I put it out on Amazon. I ran a test group with 30 people. I created the whole thing online. I want it to be this pass. I don't want to work hard for this. I just am really excited about what this is and want to put it out there.
I mean, I think like I remember seeing an early draft last year of the program that you created around like the original program. And as somebody who has suffered from adrenal fatigue, and I'm finally like I'm about to do my blood work and my hormones uh soon, just to confirm, but like I definitely feel like I'm on the other side of that. But like looking at the program, I was like, your body knew that you couldn't execute that.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah,
Yes.
would it be a great program for somebody? Sure. But like, could you do you want to execute that? Do you want? And I was like, that to me has also been this. I was talking about Reiki and like installing this permanent radar for what can I do that
Yeah.
doesn't require will? I
Yeah.
mean, everything to a certain extent requires some effort and some will,
Some
but for the
energy.
most part, like I can't choose things anymore. I mean, as well as I feel these days, like I still can't choose things that require a huge amount of will to execute. Like it
Same.
has to feel easy for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Same.
Even if it's a lot of effort, like I have to be able to tap into that flow
If it's the
in
flow,
order.
then it feels effortless,
Yes.
even if it is like
Yeah.
I somehow managed to get 132 pages
Yeah.
into a, thing and upload and print and
Yeah.
I didn't know I would be able to do that, or not that I wouldn't be able to. I'm highly capable, but to have the
Sure.
energy
The
to do.
energy and the focus and the like it's a funny thing. And I think in that respects, like this adrenal fatigue is such a great teacher for
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
where is this inspiration coming from? Is this like, yeah, can I produce a concert series? Sure. Is it
Yes.
coming from a place of flow? Probably not. Like
Yeah.
it's managing and will over my energy, So
Yeah, I
um
agree. Like adrenal fatigue for me, which, you know, so many people, I just find this is always the way, like science catches up to the reality of what's going on. I was so burned out and I've been tracking, my recovery and rest so hard in the
Yeah.
last couple of years because I recognize like my body is really not wanting to do a lot of things.
Yep.
And where is that coming from? And this one specialist who said, you have all the signs of adrenal fatigue, like super high cortisol, spiked out of range and 2 times a day, inflammation in the body that is unknown as to where it's
Yep.
coming from, hormonal imbalance, out of control,
Yep.
certain levels of things being weird, like why are your red blood cells smaller than they should be? Why is your white blood cell count high? No known, everything else looks amazing. So
Yep.
she's like adrenal fatigue. I look it up and I had heard of it before and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
if
because
it's
some doctors say it doesn't even exist,
yeah,
and
it's
you're
like
like,
just a collection of like the unknown symptoms of things. Let's call it this. But I was like, you know what? There are a couple supplements out there that I could just take twice a day, really simple. And that the majority of it was like rest,
"Mm,
sleep more.
yep.
Don't burn yourself out with exercise. You did that for 10 years.
Yep.
You'll get back to that, but like give your body, you need for 10 years of all that, you need like 2 years of recovery right now. And I
Yep.
was like, holy shit. Because I never understood rest as a component of the exercise I was doing. And
Yeah.
I have to say, my blood work compared to 6 months ago and compared to a year ago, it's incredible. It's
Yeah.
a major dramatic shift.
Yeah.
And my energy is coming back. My natural energy to just wake up in the morning and be able to do things
Yeah.
like carry on conversations and clean the house and go
Yeah.
outside, is coming back. Whereas I was like, I'm just like burned out,
Yeah.
that's shifted.
So I think that when you find this place of like, wow, like I found myself again after years of burnout, like then it becomes necessary to really gauge what these new projects are or new offerings or how you're going to work, because I can't afford to ever put myself back in a position of being that depleted. So like I mean, it's like this self-preservation activation. You're like, nope, I'm not doing that to my body again.
Yeah. And even yesterday, so I got the journal, right? I get it to this great place. I've got the journal.
It's so beautiful. Yep.
I've got, plenty of edits. It's the first version, like pages fall out of this binding I don't like. There's plenty of like things to do, but it's fun. I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, I get to like, you know, supplement on in a format online that I don't have to constantly be in
Yeah.
working with. I get to put in some notes about why is the journal set up this way? Like, how should you think about it? Like, and questions that come up from people, I just create a little video and post it
Yeah.
up into this little portal. And then I'm like, that's fun. I'm
Yep.
not like beholden to showing up every day, which drains me so much to keep people moving in a thing. This is really about them, not about me. It just came
Yeah.
forward as like I feel like right now, like you were talking about how you feel how can you show up? How are you serving during this time? What the heck was that word?
Activism. Yeah. What does
Activism. Thank you.
activism look like for me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
some activism for me looks like helping people come back into their body once a day to remind themselves that there's something greater to attach to than a phone or a message or fear or, it's just simple. Like I'm not professing to be anything amazing. I'm just giving them a tool.
Yeah.
And the tool is daily grounding, boom, boom, boom. And that's my activism
Yeah.
right now. And it's the most I can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's literally the most I can do. And it is the most I can do. Like, it's amazing. It has helped me the last, 40 days, 45 days of doing this. It's been really powerful for me and doing it
You're
this way. So
you're leading in a group in person too, right?
yeah, that kind of that's done now. We were going to do
Okay.
6 weeks and
Okay.
it ran its course. I would say in person is, that was something I checked in on. It's
Okay.
not something I can sustain
Yeah. Yeah.
because I get put almost like on the spot. It's like that. It's an energy for me.
Mhm.
And it happens to me across everything.
Yeah.
If I'm required to do something for someone, it's harder for me to do it.
Yep.
I don't know why. It happens in the house.
Yeah.
I find myself, I get resistance.
Yeah.
So I feel like what I'm learning through this process, and yesterday I was even in the car and I was like, Spirit, if I'm not meant to do this, show me an alligator or a crocodile or something. Like that's my sign. Like just show me it like something crazy if
Mhm.
I'm not meant to do the community part, which it's hard to ask spirit for a negative, I think. But it was funny because as I'm saying that, I pulled right up behind a car and it's like 2222. And I was like, that wasn't the alligator. It was a different sign. Like, I am supposed to do this part, Like I took it as, oh, that's my sign right there in real time that I am supposed to do that part. But I'm asking because I can't, there's something about it that I don't have locked in yet, right? You know?
Yeah.
And I need to work with it. Like, what does that mean? The community part it doesn't feel like I want it to feel yet.
Right. Because I was like, what is your body? Because I'm feeling your body response to, yeah, I am supposed to do it. And everything in your body goes and gets really tight. Like
Yeah, well,
it doesn't feel like, yeah, I am supposed to do it. And it feels expansive right now. Like that's my impression of it. So,
yeah,
because I think that maybe the imagining of it, yeah, you just haven't landed on the what was my role in it, you know?
yes. Like I know there's supposed to be a community. I do not know how it's supposed to be. So what I'm going to do is just pull that off and
Mhm.
let it just be this beautiful, like you can buy the journal and you get access into this portal where
Yeah.
there's this great stuff. And I will post things as I want to, and there doesn't have to be any community engagement.
Yeah.
And if I have an idea or something comes up for the community,
Yeah.
then I'll work it. But I can't, it doesn't feel great right now, and it doesn't feel the new place I'm putting it is hard for me to get into every day. It doesn't feel connected to it. So yeah, I'm noticing that like it's okay for me to not put a community around it, and I don't have to feel bad about that. And this is what I learned in Barbie's class the last time we had done this course was like, I can do it my way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
heck, why
I mean,
is
to
it?
me, it almost feels like your Instagram page could be an expression of the community. It's
Yeah,
like, hey, I'm working through this prompt. How's everybody dealing with it? And it
yeah,
can be random. Like it doesn't have to be a
yeah,
membership community. I mean, it
yeah.
could be. I mean, because the access to your resources and stuff feels like that has value, monetary value, but like you can build a community that isn't in the way that you're also thinking of it. So I think there's
Yeah, and I don't want to link it to monetary value anymore at all.
yeah.
I just don't, I don't want the whole thing already. I have decided like it's not about the money. It's really a fun creative project that I absolutely love. And if I just focus on it as that,
Yeah.
it will be something that people will be inspired to connect with,
Yeah.
not any other way around.
Yeah.
And in the past, I was always architecting for, okay, can this be my income and can I structure it to make X number of dollars a year? And how many people need to buy this? And that's so like dissonant.
Yeah.
It just strips creativity out of everything.
Yeah.
And it's taken me 10 years to learn that on my own
I mean, I
journey.
think we're just in a culture that values that, and like everything, all the ads on Instagram are like geared toward that. And I've even been, I do think, I mean, I do want to create resources, but it's like, yeah, my husband said last night, he's like, yeah, if he's like, you really become part of the mechanism. Eh, like there's just this like huge system that we've been like sucked into that doesn't serve people,
No.
So yeah, it's a asking yourself what feels good for you, to me, is like the foundation to making a career that has longevity, like
Yeah.
physically, right?
Yes.
You know,
And especially after I was conditioned for so long in a different
yeah.
environment in my old life, with marketing and entertainment. And I mean, I've launched a million products uh, in that
Yeah.
way, and they've been successful because of what was behind it. But it's just now that I'm in a more, I'm just in such a different place. I'm not even the same person. I can't
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
believe. Like I look back and think, I mean, I'm just watching all the stuff going on outside of us every day, and I just am, I'm very outside of that matrix, no doubt, that Jamie's referencing. I mean, it's clear to see it, and it's disheartening, and I hope it gets destroyed, like our chaos disruption card, because
Yep.
it's not working for anyone anymore.
Mm-mm.
It's a joke. It's a game. It's all fake. There's nothing real about any of that stuff. It's all made up stuff.
Mm.
The only thing that's real around us is what nature gives us.
Yeah.
Everything else is just man-made crap.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's very
On
inspiring.
that note, no. Yeah,
So anyway, yes, so I launched my
that is
journal.
so exciting.
I have more to do. I'm working today on the some updates, and then hopefully I get my second journal ready to be out this week. I want to have it done,
What's the second one you're launching?
mental edition, mental dimension.
Okay.
Um, because I feel like as people head into these winter months and stuff, the spiritual dimension one being there is excellent. It's like a place to go inward. It's very it's the time, you're so good at all these seasonal aspects. Like this is going inward. So I feel like that's there for people. And then the mental one, I feel like for people who aren't on a spiritual journey or don't even know what that means or are not in that space yet in their life, the mental dimension is a place that anyone can pick up and go inward and
Mhm.
kind of work with. And I think they're, having gone through this 10 years ago into that realm of the fitness coaching, like, dabbling in that while I was building my life coaching business, everyone came to me for mental health.
Mhm.
It was like the
Yeah.
number one thing was everyone was up in their mind and needed help to just get back in their bodies and, get out of their head. So,
What's the time? Because I keep thinking, I was like, we're heading into the season of mental insanity,
yeah.
aka the holidays.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
what's the
So which
timing?
is better, mental clarity or just spiritual ground? Like what will work faster for people? But yeah, that's my feeling is like that will really help a lot of
Is it
people.
coming out soon?
Hopefully I will have it before the end of November, yeah.
Yay!
The first
Yeah.
iteration, which will be
Yeah.
thrown out there for everybody to give me feedback on, and then I can do the edition 1.1 or whatever. All
Yeah.
that stuff's made up too, I found out. Like it's the whole structure of publishing is fascinating.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, but I'm doing the self-publishing route, you know.
Mhm.
I don't want to hand this over yet.
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah.
Yes. So between that and our podcast, those are my passion projects.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good ones.
I think so. I think it's amazing. I
Yeah.
think this is a fun time in life.
Yeah.
And it's really opened me up to this creative side of my brain that's been really shut down. I've actually been doing a lot of research into it too and learning that it has been shut down. Like there's a part of my brain that doesn't visualize that is actually just underdeveloped or damaged. And I have to
Mm.
use it. I have to work with it in order to
Uh-huh.
open it. And doing all this work helps me unlock that creative side of my brain, which has been just like jammed in there going, hello.
Well, I mean, yeah, the spiritual awakening, intuitive activation and creativity, like, and flow, like they're all so intimately intertwined. So it makes sense, like to have like such the spiritual expansion go hand in hand with the creative
Yeah.
inspiration. So I'm excited for that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited too.
Should we pull a card to close?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Do you want to pull one?
I don't have mine
Okay.
around me.
I
How about
got it. I have they're in my hands.
thank you.
And then we also when we recorded our first episode that we did not publish about grief and loss, we recorded a meditation into the womb tomb of Mother Earth that I think we can release that because we just opened on the 31st of October or the 1st of November. We're in the season of Samhain and where the veil is very thin, but it's when we start to retreat into the womb. All of the burrowing animals are headed in underground to get nourished and rest. And so we recorded a journey that we'll publish as a bonus episode that you can do in your own time.
It's
Um,
really good.
so
Make
closing.
time after to rest to keep going.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what happened for me is I could have I could have stayed in that wonderful steeping energy and just gone on for at least another half hour, if not an hour.
Yeah, and it is a journey. It's a shamanic journey. It's a guided meditation, but a shamanic journey into the womb tomb of Mother Earth to rest, release, and eventually come back out of the burrow to be re-energized. So this is very appropriate that the card that I pulled is birth and rebirth.
Wow.
Because this is the season of beginning from, like, I've been calling it the ember season. Like we're in the season of the dying fire. And then when we get into winter, to me, that's the season of the ash, of the 0 point, the nothingness before February hits, and we're in that threshold at that early spring of when the life starts to stir again deep in the belly. So, but while we can live in these cycles of the year, like at any moment in every breath, we're living these cycles. And so to me, we can journey into the belly of Mother Earth anytime that we need rest and regeneration, and to come back out rebirthed, like with each moon cycle. So just because we're in this season of death and dying doesn't mean that we can't go into that place whenever we need it, whenever we need to release and let go and really make space to get in touch with our vibrancy. To me, that's what that meditation was about. So yes, and here we are. I will read and close the birth rebirth card. So the mystery is card 52 and birth rebirth is card 50. So we're at the end of the cycle. So it's part of the end of the cycle. Inspiration and new life are here. Rejoice, for spring is in the air and you're beginning again. This marker bodes well for any new project, endeavor, relationship, or idea to take shape and be birthed into the world. It also reminds you that anything old or painful can be brought forth or transformed by a new creative perspective. This marker reminds you that the process leading up to a birth can feel cumbersome, even disruptive. That's how it says,
Absolutely.
but yes, it made me think of the card. So it can feel cumbersome, restrictive, painful, and never ending. Yet the final shift brings an extraordinary gift of new life, new vision born of surrender, surrender into the mystery, right? And a total release. Know that you've come far and are at a place to celebrate your ideas and all things anew. This card asks that you align yourself with the mystery of spirit, the true source of creative energy and power. None of us are inspired without the subtle and profound influence of the soul's longing and urgings of the divine. Remember the prayer, make me a channel for divine creativity. Use me as an instrument of higher will and watch a miracle unfold.
Wow.
That's,
That's
that's a
excellent.
pretty great reading today.
I'll say it's a great one
Um,
for us to get at the end.
yeah, full disruption in trusting the mystery. And then, and so in the wheel, in the Avalonian wheel of the year, in at the winter solstice, we are entering into like the 0 point. Like it's a season of death, but also a season of rebirth. It's a season of spiritual connection, of really the mystery. It's like the field of all potentiality. So winter is the 0 point where it's all and nothing all at once. And so, yeah. And then after that, we have rebirth.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, and you think about the disruptive energies of fall too. Like we've had intense winds here lately, and like I couldn't even work 2 days ago. We live at the base of the mountains, and our house just gets pummeled by the wind, and the roof shakes, and like
Crazy.
for me, I just can't get settled enough to focus. And to me, yeah, then you just have to surrender into the mystery.
Yeah. The seasons are at their extremes this year, I would say, for
Yeah,
sure. And
yeah,
we're feeling it here too. It's been very cold in South Carolina and very windy,
yeah,
a lot of rain. It's definitely, I mean, we just had the biggest hurricane ever in the Atlantic basin, so there's a lot going on. And I do believe that this message for us today is there there's something new ahead for us with this, and that this is a very positive
yeah,
way to wrap up the reading and
yeah,
and this podcast today.
yeah.
I love it. I love you. It's so
I
good to
love you.
talk to you again. This feels so good.
It does. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's been too long.
I
It's been
know.
just long enough.
Yes.
All right. Okay,
Okay.
well,
Well,
bye everybody. We'll see you on the next episode.
yes, which I think where the rhythm, we're going to be doing a slightly different rhythm than last season. I think we're going to be releasing an episode a month is the plan for now, but who knows? We also pulled the mystery card, so you never know. But so far, that's the plan, is monthly episodes. So we'll see you again in December. Bye.
Bye.
Come take a peek with me. I see another side.
Thanks for joining us. Until our next coffee date, may spirit lead you into all the magic.
Another side.